another video. I want to thank everybody for watching my last video, and I want to thank everybody for subscribing. For today, I will be reviewing alternative that I use to make my Jamaican Christmas cake, meaning alternative when it comes to the liquor that I use to making my Christmas cake and soaking my fruits. Last week I had a video where I went ahead and I soaked some fruits, so if you want to check it out, just click the link below and that will lead you to my last video. So for this week, I just want to mention some alternative that I use to making my Christmas cake if I go to the store and I don't, find the staple, which is what I usually use and I try to use is the red label wine and the white rum. But for some reason, if I go out and I can't find it, my alternative is the port wine, which is Fairbanks port wine. I find that this one is pretty good. It doesn't taste the same though. I prefer the red label wine. The red label wine have more of a sweet taste, while the port, it is sweet but not as sweet. And I find that the other ones that I could use that taste just like the red label wine is double in price, because for this bottle I picked it up today for $12.99, and it's the 1.5 liter, this bottle right here, 1.5 liter, and I picked that up for $12.99. If you want something that's closer to the red label wine, you're gonna talk maybe over $13-14 maybe. And so I find that the Fairbanks port wine is the closest to our red label wine, and it's cost effective. I want to also show you the cream sherry that I also use in my my Christmas cake recipe. One of the reasons why I really like the cream sherry is because to me it has this nutty flavor, a nice smooth nutty flavor that gives the cake a kick. It just does something to the cake that I really like, and so I try to mix the sherry and the red label wine in my cakes. The rum, I use it mostly for soaking the fruits, and I might put a half a cup. If I'm doing 2 9-inch cake, I might put a half a cup of the white rum in that recipe. But for the most part, I use the cream sherry, which is Fairbanks cream sherry. It's pretty good, guys. Try this out. And I use the red label wine and my white rum. Alternative, if I can't find the red label wine, I go ahead and use the Fairbanks port, which is a good alternative for me cost-wise. Okay guys, I also wanted to show you, because today while I was in Publix picking up the cream sherry and the port for this video, because I'm going to use them in my cake for this year, so I went ahead and picked them up. Oh, and one of the reasons why too I didn't pick up my alternative for the white rum is because I have this white rum and I have another 750 milliliters in the cupboard, so I didn't want to just pick up another white rum just to make a video. So, but other alternatives that I find in my local supermarket, which is Publix, is spice rum. That is very good, and those are the brown rum. It doesn't have to be white rum, guys. They have good alternatives there too, but this, to me, we've been using it. This is our staple, so I go ahead and use it, and for the most part I will find this in the store, so I'm not too worried about that. But guys, I wanted to show you, because while I was in Publix, I said to myself, you know what, if you watch my other video from the previous time, I use most of my red label wine to soak the fruits along with my white rum. So I went ahead and I just picked up, they had this here in my local supermarket, which is Publix, so I went ahead and picked it up today. So what happened while I was tasting the port, and I was also tasting the red label wine for a better comparison, because I couldn't remember how to describe the taste. So I said, you know what, let me go ahead and taste these two, which, guys, the red label wine to me tastes better. but maybe it's because I'm used to it. But so while I was there, and I noticed when I picked this up and brought it home, and this one, guys, was, let's see here, this red label one in my local supermarket was $6.99. The Fairbanks Port was $12.99, and the Fairbanks Cream Sherry was $13.49. But these two bottles here, those are the 1.5 liters, and this is 750 milliliters. So what I'm talking about, let me put this back. When I brought this bottle home that I got from Publix, I noticed that the labels were different. So this bottle, for a fact, I know I got it in Jamaica. While I was coming through the airport, I got this bottle, you know, duty free. I can't remember the price, but it was at the airport in Montego Bay. So I got this bottle. I got 4 bottles, actually, knowing, you know, that I would be baking this year. So I picked up this bottle, and to be honest, guys, I decided to taste both. And to my surprise, guys, they taste completely different, not even close. For comparison, this here is lighter. It has a very lighter taste than the original. And I'll put the bottle up closer. If you notice on this bottle, let me see if it will focus. Yes, it says authentic Jamaican red label wine, which is the Ray Nephew. This one says let's see if it will focus. It just says Ray Nephew red label wine. But it says product of Jamaica. And when you look at the back, it says manufactured in Jamaica. But guys, they have two different tastes. So if somebody can tell me, you know, why they do that, I have no idea. This one, like I said, it tastes watered down. It tastes like, you know, it's this slightly, but they threw some water in it just to stretch the bottle. And also, this have a slight aftertaste, like a more, I want to say, nuttier aftertaste. And if you read it, it says grape wine with artificial flavors and artificial colors. I don't know if that's where the, you know, the aftertaste is coming from, but it has like a little nutty aftertaste or something. I can't quite put my finger on it, but both of them, guys, is completely different. So I'm saying all of this to say to you guys, for people who really like Jamaican cake, just make sure that you are getting the one that says the authentic Jamaican, not necessarily the one here in Florida, because I never noticed that they were different. I just noticed that today, and the taste is definitely different. And so what had happened was, then I decided, I'm like, you know what, let me compare the taste, this red label wine, which is the one I got today in our local supermarket, and the port. And believe it or not, the port tasted better than this one. However, when I taste the port and the authentic one that I got from Jamaica, the red label wine that I got from Jamaica tastes way different, better than these two combined. So I don't know. So just wanted you know, to be aware of that. That's it, guys. So thank you again for watching, and have a happy holidays, guys. Bye.